Week 2 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few quarterbacks I looked at off the wire this week. A thin week at the quarterback position with only 3 quarterbacks I would be willing to pick up off the waiver wire this week. The first one, Baker Mayfield of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So last season, a monster year was for Baker Mayfield in his first season with Tampa Bay. He really put up a lot of yards and made a lot of plays for this Tampa Bay Buc team. And yeah, you have good weapons, obviously. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rashad White in the backfield. In week 1, he went out there with the Commanders in town and he put up a monster performance. Was Baker Mayfield, 289 pass yards, 4 touchdowns, and 21 rushing yards. So week 2, a pretty decent matchup at the Lions. I know this line defense has gotten better over the last couple seasons, but they're still vulnerable to points, and we've seen a lot of shootouts over the last few seasons over there in Detroit in the Dome. So Baker Mayfield with the good weapons, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, like I said, he's not scared to throw it down the field. Then he was a former number 1 pick overall for a reason, and it took him a few teams to get through with Cleveland. He was on, obviously, Los Angeles Rams, Carolina Panthers, and then finally finding a home here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So right now, while Baker Mayfield's out there, still in tons of leagues at 66%, he's a quarterback. I looked ahead this week, the next quarterback, Justin Fields of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I don't know for sure if Justin Fields is going to be the starting quarterback going into week 2. Obviously, Russell Wilson, he was out, but he wanted to suit up, and even the Steelers said he should suit up, but the doctors told him it's not a great idea. So Fields, in his debut in the opener at the Atlanta Falcons, they did win Pittsburgh 18-10, but he didn't do much as Fields. 156 pass yards, 14 rush attempts, and 57 rush yards. Obviously, with Fields, it's always the upside that he's going to get rushing yards. And like I said, if he does start in this ball game, I think he's a middle-of-the-pack option at Denver because, like I said, he's one of the better rushing quarterbacks in all pro football is Justin Fields. I know in the pocket he's not that great, holds on to the football a lot and takes some hits. But like I said, it's a decent matchup. And this Steelers team, they need to find ways to generate offense. And I still think Fields gives them the best chance at doing that with his legs. So right now, while Fields is available in 86% of fantasy leagues, and we'll see if he continues to be the starter, he'll be an ad this week. In the third and final quarterback I looked at off the wire is Geno Smith of the Seattle Seahawks. So Geno Smith 2 seasons ago went out there, had a big year with great weapons in DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. And this season, those 2 guys obviously still there. JSN there as well for this Seattle Seahawks team. And he's definitely a player, Geno Smith, that is a gamer. And he goes out there and tries to put on good performances. So right now, well, he's available, Smith. 68% of fantasy leagues. I would give him an ad with a good matchup at the Patriots. I know the Patriots held down Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals offense in that ball game in week 1. But I think Geno, with his weapons, and he's got poise in that pocket, could go out there and make plays. And week 1, 171 pass yards, a touchdown, and then throw 30 rush yards and a rushing touchdown where he has a little rush upside as well. So I'm not saying these guys are great options, but if you need a quarterback option, deeper leagues, 2 quarterback leagues, I think Geno Smith and these other options can help fantasy owners. So that's a few quarterbacks I looked at off the waiver wire for week 2 of the fantasy football season.